Good evening, Namaste, Tasi Dalek. I'm Somnath Ghimire, President of Girija Prasad Koirala Foundation America chapter. Today, we achieve our mission, our goal. There was an injustice. When I flew back from Nepal, the next day I got a message from the president of US Nepal Climbers Association, Mr. Pasang Nima Sherpa. Something injustices are going on there. So, and I'm bold. I promise him that I will take this issue to the Assemblywoman, first South Asian Assemblywoman, historic leader of ours, Honorable Jenifer Rajkumar office. We had a first meeting with Vanessa O'Brien and the foundation members that there is injustice because May 29 is the historic day that must be proclaimed in the state of New York to celebrate Mount Everest Day on May 29, beginning from 2022, every year, followed to other states. So New York states will be the first one to recognize May 29 as International Mount Everest Day and will continue celebrating every after that. So, foundation, Girija Prasad Koirala Foundation itself, the name belongs to our great leader who became 5-time Prime Minister of Nepal, who fought for democracy, who fought for human rights, who fought for freedom of speech, and who brought the rebel leader, the civil war by Maoist leaders. It was devastating. 17,000, more than 17,000 innocent people, innocent lives were lost during the time of 10 years insurgency in Nepal from 1995 to 2005. He is the leader. He was the leader. He's dead now. He was the leader who brought them in mainstream politics to the election processes. So, in his name, the foundation has been established in 2011. And in the state of New York, established, registered on March 2019. Since then, we are fighting for the social justice, human rights, democracy, peace, and development. So I would like to congratulate US Nepal Climbers Association, Inc., with the support of, with the partnership, Nepal Consulated General, Acting General Bishnu Prasad Gautam, and United Sherpa Association, Inc., organization, and the president, Mr. Tshering Sherpa, and the foundation itself. We work together to achieve our goal, bring justice, give justice. We are here, and finally, Honorable Jenifer Rajkumar announced today, on this historic day, October 2nd, 2021, that New York State will pass the resolution to celebrate Mount Everest Day every year, May 29th.
Hi, everybody. This is Alan Arnette, and I want to give a very sincere congratulations to the U.S. Nepal Climber Association for their recognition by the New York State Assembly. It's a great organization, the Nepal Climber Association is, and doing great work in Nepal, especially in the realm of education. As an Everest summiter myself back in 2011, I consider Nepal my second home. I've been there, I think, around 12 times, and I summited Everest with Kami Sherpa from Pengboche. Couldn't have done it without him. He also went on to climb K2 a few years later. So congratulations again to all the people associated with the Nepal Climbers Association out of New York, and very best to everybody.
Without any further delay, I'd like to call upon the stage Dr. Sima Karetnaya, U.S. Ambassador of United States Ambassador of Health to the United Nations. Please welcome Dr. Sima Karetnaya, United States Ambassador of Health to the United Nations, for a brief remark.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here. I am always happy to be at any Nepalese event because no Nepalese event has ever went without love, warmth, acceptance, inclusion, and amazingly positive energy. And before going any further, since today is a record announcement day, I am going to also talk about my records. I am Ambassador Dr. Sima Karetnaya. I am the only Russian-speaking ambassador representing the United States of America in the United States of America so far, and the first ambassador in the history of the United Nations where the United Nations headquarters are actually in New York City. But I am the first one in the history of the UN to come out of New York City and to represent New York City in the United States in the UN. Thank you. And I would like to, of course, mention how amazing it is, how courageous and how humanly superior it is to even stand next to Mount Everest and even think about trying to climb on top of it. I would like to express my most heartfelt commendations, respect, gratitude for all of us here, because if there wouldn't be us, there wouldn't be these amazing, distinguished individuals who my amazingly beautiful, great friend, Assemblywoman Jenifer Rajkumar, has honored with citations today because they submitted the Mount Everest. So I would like to first give a huge round of applause to all of us and wish all of us a long life filled with health, love, and peace. Before I go any further with an official announcement I would like to make. And if I'm not mistaken, in the beginning of the General Assembly, the 76th General Assembly in the United Nations headquarters, GA Hall this year, we have been thinking and pondering the different ways on how we can finally include Nepal in the United Nations initiatives and programs. Because we can see that Nepal is very rich in culture, very rich in performing arts, very rich in medical initiatives and wellness perspectives and projects. I would like to make this special announcement today that after November of this year, I will be putting together an international awards ceremony on behalf of myself, where I will be honoring different individuals from different communities and different cultures across the state of New York, not the city, the state of New York, since I am in New York. And there, I'm going to be putting a start and basically breaking the ground to some of the countries and nations that have not been recently included in the United Nations programs and initiatives. And I am proud to say that I have included Nepal in this initiative. I announce that Nepal, with my involvement and with my request to the United Nations as an ambassador of public health and global peace, I'm going to request Nepal to be totally included with full rights and privileges in all United Nations programs and initiatives. Thank you very much.
Also filmed in Nepal and Kathmandu, which was amazing.
Had you been there
and New
before?
York as well. I had been to
Oh, you had?
Kathmandu, yeah. Very briefly, when I was a student, actually, after I got the A-level results that don't count, I went on a trip to teach English as a foreign language to some Tibetan Buddhist monks, actually, in India. But we took a week out, the other volunteers and I, to go into Nepal, and we had a fantastic time. We were only in Kathmandu for a day and a night to plan our trips. One of the plans didn't involve having a map or a guide. Well, we had a map, but not a guide for a walk into the Himalayas. And there were 4 of us. Then mountain sickness struck, and then there were 3 of us, then 2 of us.
They died?
No. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of reveal I like to give it. An anecdote on the chat show to talk casually about 2 friends who passed away on the trip. It's the way I like to promote a film, just a casual funny story about the death of some dear friends.
Philip and Bob, we'll miss them.
Yeah, but great airtime on the chat show. No, seriously,
Wow.
they were fine, I think. In that instant, it was scary, but they definitely lived to tell the tale. They went back down the mountain, or the hill, but it felt like a mountain to us. It was high enough up to get mountain sickness, put it that way.
Now let's meet our next team of challengers. What is your name, please?
My name is Tshering Norke. My name is Tshering Norke. My name is Tshering Norke.
Follow along, panel, if you will, with your copies of this story. I, Tshering Norke, am a Sherpa. Born in Nepal in the shadow of the Himalayas, I have been mountaineering since I was 14 years old. I am now director of the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Darjeeling. On May 29th, 11 years ago, Sir Edmund Hillary and I stood together on the roof of the world, the first 2 men in history to climb to the highest point on earth, the summit of Mount Everest. Signed, Tshering Norke. These 2 gentlemen all claim to be Tshering Norke, conqueror of Mount Everest. We'll practice cross-examination with our own conqueror of any mountain you want to mention, Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you, Bud. This is indeed a pleasure. I'm overcome at being able to really see face to face the real Sherpa who climbed Mount Everest.
Whichever
Mr.
face
Edmund
it is.
Hillary. Whichever face it is, yes. Number 3, how many camps were there on the famous climb 11 years ago?
9 camps.
9 camps. Number 2, where is Kathmandu?
It is the capital of Nepal.
Thank you. Number 1, were there any accidents on that famous climb?
About, I think, 9.
9.
Yes, some.
Number 3, bad cases of frostbite, right? Oh, I shouldn't put words in your mouth. What were the accidents?
Mostly frostbite.
Mostly frostbite.
Tom Boyce.
Thank you. I've always been fascinated by the name Darjeeling. What does it mean, number 2, Darjeeling?
Dorje is the top, is the bolt, and Ling is the area of the thunderbolt in English. Yes.
Oh, I see, the thunderbolt area. Okay. Number 1, what is a Sherpa? What does Sherpa mean?
A Sherpa means man comes from north.
From north?
North of the Tibet.
Northern part of Tibet. Thank you. Number 3, what is the purpose of oxygen on your climb, the bottles of oxygen?
Well, when you get to a certain height, going up to the mountains, you need an oxygen tank.
And
Sally Ann Howe.
Well, I hate to do this because I disgraced myself when I last played this show by saying I knew who it was and then finding out I was such a fool. I didn't know who it was. But I think I do this time, and I think I better disqualify myself.
Oh, Very well. Okay, that'll count then as an incorrect vote when we total up the score at the end. Hey, Burrow.
Could I disqualify myself on grounds of stupidity?
No, that's really my thing.
You can try, but we won't let you.
Number one, you said a Sherpa is a man from the north. Yes. Number three, where's the Dalai Lama now? Dalai Lama is in Tibet. Number two, where is the Dalai Lama now?
In Dharamshala, Punjab, India.
Number one, where is the Dalai Lama now?
In Punjab.
Well, what's the last letter you got from him?
This is the 54th Street here.
Boy.
Number two. And that's all the time we have, I'm sorry to say. Just within reach of the top of Mount Everest, we have to mark our ballots. So will you kindly do so at once? Vote now, without change and no consultation. Simply vote for number one, number two, or number three. Tom, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number one, Bud. If you look very carefully, you'll see that he's just a little taller than the other two, and a guy with a start like that might be expected to reach the top of the highest. Quicker than that.
Kellyanne, you disqualified yourself, so that'll go as an incorrect vote. Hey, your vote.
Gee, he used my explanation. No, I voted for number three. I don't know why. Maybe I'll go the opposite of Tom. He looks shorter. And I think shorter men want to climb mountains.
Kitty, which one do you think is the real one?
Well, I voted for number three. All I could think of was I'm so anxious to talk to the real one. I hope you'll come away with me after the show.
All right. Watch it, Kitty. Watch it. Very well. There we have two for number three, one for number one, and one disqualification. Let's go immediately to find out which one of these gentlemen, in truth, is the conqueror of Mount Everest. Will the real Tenzing Norgay please stand up?
Oh, but because he was the only one who wasn't scared up on top of the platform. The other two were a little nervous.
Well, let's find out about the other two. Number two, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Lakhan Mehrotra, and I am the Consul of India in New York.
And number three, what is your real name and what do you do?
My real name is Joe Costosa. I'm a head bartender of the Luau 400 restaurant.
Where they really get by.
Rajmatiwa Madinayewa Rajmatiwa Madinayewa Ni pushe chungu thokele Rajmatiwa Madinayewa Ni pushe chungu thokele Changu to phaya thi bala Kuli kuli chingu sa chan bala Changu to phaya thi bala Kuli kuli chingu sa chan bala Bala he uli paan mala Bala he uli paan mala Guli ki to bala bala mikha bala मतिवा मतिना येवा हे पुसे चुंगु तो खेले
As it began, I mean, I was once on an airplane coming out to where was I going? I was going to Kathmandu for costume fittings, and the man who was working as a steward that night was saying, "Oh, so what are you doing? I've seen and blah. And what are you playing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm doing Little Buddha." "Oh, yes. What's it about? Oh, what part are you playing?" I said, "Siddhartha." And he kind of, you can't play Siddhartha. I said, "Why not?" He said, "Well, he's Indian." I said, "Yes." And he said, "What do you?" And he was but you can't. I mean, it's. And then he walked away, and so that's when I started to go, okay, this is.
Explain to me like how it exactly works. What she says is every girl they watch, and they watch the men also. They watch, and as soon as they catch, they suspect. They keep the one. She takes the girl, or she takes the boy, and then they cross-question. After cross-questioning, if they find that whatever they are saying is not true, then if it is a boy, they hand over the boy to the police station, and then they take the girl and go to the transit home.
I will now present each of you with a special honor from New York State for achieving one of the greatest feats that a human being can achieve, summiting Mount Everest. So at this time, you can bring the citations. Thank you. Yes, we would also like to call the Consul General of Nepal to the stage.
To join this celebration, I would like to call upon the stage Dr. Sima Karetnaya, the U.S. Ambassador of Health to United Nations. And I would also like to call Secretary General of Religious of United Nations, Mr. Dilip Kumar Guruji. And I would also like to join in this celebration President of United Sherpa Association, Tshering Sherpa, Mrs. Tshering Sherpa. Thank you.
The state of New York honors Pasang Rinji Sherpa. Please come to the stage. Pasang Rinji Sherpa has summited Mount Everest 6 times. Sonam Tshering Sherpa for summiting Mount Everest. Please come to the stage. Lakpa Nuru Sherpa. Lakpa Nuru. Ang Gyaljan Sherpa. Ang Gyaljan Sherpa for summiting Mount Everest. Pema Diki Sherpa. Pema Diki Sherpa. Pujan Acharya. Pasang Nima Sherpa. Lakpa Gelu Sherpa. Kaji Sherpa. Mingma Noru Sherpa. Kipa Sherpa. Karna B. Tamang. Da Kusang Sherpa. Dawa Jangbu Sherpa. Jangbu Sherpa. Ang Geljan Sherpa. Lama Kusang Sherpa. Ang Purba Sherpa. Serap Jangbu Sherpa. Chuldim Nuru Sherpa. Ang Shering Lama. Lakpa Gelje Sherpa. Ang Babu Sherpa. Pasang Rinji Sherpa. Pasang Sherpa, who summited 7 times. Mingbang Shering Sherpa, for summiting Everest 7 times. Da Ong Chu Sherpa, for summiting Mount Everest 7 times. And finally, our very own Vanessa O'Brien, Guinness World Record holder. Congratulations all for your extraordinary achievements. Tshering Doma, please join us as well.
Yeah, Chundim Doma.
So on behalf of New York State, I congratulate you and present you with this citation for your extraordinary achievement, achieving what few on this earth can achieve and standing on the top of the world. You make the entire South Asian, Nepali American, and New York State proud. So I'll be presenting you with your citation.
Mrs. Tshering Sherpa, United Sherpa Association, USAINC. Let's welcome with a round of applause. She's the president.
Wow, what a relief. I hope everyone is so proud to be here today. Can you shout? Who are proud? Yay, thank you so much. So I'd like to go highlight few words, a few things, what happened in 1953. Okay, let me put on my glass. There are so many dates in the history of mankind which are inscribed in golden letters. And May 9 is one of them, ladies and gentlemen. 60 years back at 11:30 on May 29, 1953, history was created when Sir Edmund Hillary, a New Zealander, and Mr. Tshering Norgay Sherpa from Nepal conquered the highest peak of the world, Mount Everest, for the first time in the history of mankind. In the commemoration of same, every year, May 29 is celebrated as Mount Everest Day. Their historic deed not only did prove that nothing is impossible, but also paved toward successfully climbing for the newcomers and data as in July 2021. Anyone guess? That shows number of successful climbers have reached 4,000. In July 2021, it's been 4,000 already. As member of the 9th British expedition team, they conquered Mount Everest, spent 15 minutes at the top of the peak, and Mr. Sherpa. As we are a Sherpa people, we always go to new places and we offer some offering to our mother nature. So Mr. Sherpa, Mr. Tshering Norgay Sherpa offered chocolates on the top of the mountain. And Sir Edmund Hillary Cross, he offered a cross which was given to him by expedition leader John Hunt. This very day made the Sherpas a small community from the mountain region of a small nation, Nepal, throughout the world, famous for their gallantry and valor. And I feel immensely proud to belong to that particular community. Today, I would like to remember all the braves who completed the mission, along with those who were not lucky enough. I, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, members, and Executive Board members of United Sherpa Association, Inc., or Sherpa Kiduk, widely known as Sherpa Kiduk in New York City, on my own too, would like to congratulate each and every one who successfully climbed the peak, and also to extend my good wishes to those who are looking forward to. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to take the opportunity to thank Ms. Jenifer Rajkumar, first South Asian New York Assemblywoman, for recognizing and honoring all the successful summiteers, and also US Nepal Climbers Associations and New York Sherpa community. It's our pride moment. Thank you so much. Tuchiche, Dhanyabad, Namaste, and thank you so much. Wish you a great day, everyone. Thank you.
चाली छाबा चफेर मी छाबा ओ बोली चाली छाबा चफेर मी छाबा सुलै मुबा रुपै मुबा नस्यो ngै गोल्स्यो ngै माया क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरिलै हो ngै माया क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरिलै ngै माया क्योलै ngै सोवन क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरि ngै माया क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरि ngै माया क्योलै चोबन पाखा मोलो लगा खा चोबन पाखा मोलो लगा खा दुखैयोले सुखैयोले सेथि सुमोलो ngै माया क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरिलै ngै माया क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरिलै ngै माया क्योलै ngै जोबन क्योलै ngै माया क्योलै ngै जोबन क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरि ngै माया क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरि ngै माया क्योलै ngै माया क्योलै ngै जोबन क्योलै ngै माया क्योलै ngै जोबन क्योलै सुजुनी जुनी भरि ngै माया 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 क्योलै
Calling upon our next speaker, Dr. Bishnu Maya Pariyar, who is in social activities, to also give her regards. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, namaste and good afternoon. Today is very proud moment for entire Nepali community. I'm sure you experience the same thing that I experience wherever I go in new place. When people ask me, where are you from? And I would say, I'm from the beautiful country, the country of Mount Everest and the tallest mountain in the world. And they say, oh, Nepal, Mount Everest in Nepal? Yes, of course. So I proudly say always like that. So today is, I'm very happy that we declare May 29 as a Mount Everest Day. And I would like to thank New York City Assemblywoman, Honorable Assemblywoman Jenifer, Rajkumar, and entire people who are involved in this process. Thank you so much. Also, I would like to congratulate US Nepal Climbers Association, and all entire team for making this happen. And let's celebrate this historical moment. Let's celebrate this historic moment. And I would like to congratulate all the climbers who received the award today. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate and let's continue to work together. Thank you.
Mr. Urgen Sherpa, former president of United Sherpa ASHO and community leader.
Honorable Assemblywoman Jenifer Rajkumar, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors who are here, and elected officials, all the partner organizations who are organizing this event, and the supporters, all the brave Sherpa climbers from Nepal, and the media personalities, and ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'd like to join to celebrate this historic moment. This is the day in 1953, on May 29th, something impossible became possible. Something unimaginable became a reality. Tenzing Norgay Sherpa and Sir Edmund Hillary succeeded the Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. Following that footsteps, a lot of brave mountain climbers got to the top of the Mount Everest. Today, the mountaineering became one of the most exciting, adventurous sports in the world. And Nepal government has decided to celebrate Mount Everest Day on the 29th of May every year. Here in the US, we have been celebrating Mount Everest Day with United Sherpa Association and US Nepal Climbers Association for years. And today, our Assembly member Jenifer Rajkumar is declaring that Mount Everest Day will be celebrated in the state of New York. Congratulations to all the climbers. Congratulations. And this is the honor to all the brave climbers who made this thing possible in the history. And this is not only the honor to the climbers, it's honor to all the Nepalese people throughout the world. And I'd like to thank the Assembly member Jenifer Rajkumar and congratulate all the Sherpas, all the climbers once again. And thank you and congratulations.
Now I'd like to call Shekar Krishnan for your regards regarding to this association.
Namaste, everyone, and good evening. It is such an honor for me to join you all today. My name is Shekar Krishnan, and I'm the Democratic nominee for City Council in our districts of Jackson Heights and Elmhurst, Queens, which has one of the largest and fastest growing Nepali populations in all of New York City. So for me, it is such an honor to hopefully represent this community in the City Council beginning in January, and to be here for today's event too. What is so special about today, in anticipation of the recognition of Mount Everest Day on May 29th, is one, recognizing the history, the intertwined history of the Nepalese community from Nepal all the way here with Mount Everest, the holiest mountain where so many stories in our cultures of Nepal, of India, we've all grown up hearing. We have all traveled to or seen in one way or another in our travels in our mother countries as well. And we know always that any time the name of Edmund Hillary is uttered, the name of Tenzing Norgay must be uttered too. We know that when we talk about how much more popular and commercial it has become to climb Mount Everest, that is only because of the work and the unsung labor of the Sherpa community year after year for decades since the first expedition to summit Mount Everest. Today is to recognize our Sherpa community. Today is to recognize Nepal and our Nepalese community. It is to recognize the U.S. Nepal Climbers Association, and to know the world over that when we talk about Mount Everest, we must always do so in recognition of Nepal and the climbers of Nepal who have made it possible for anyone in this world to summit Mount Everest. And that will always be the case. For whoever climbs or summits this mountain, even from base camp or anywhere above that, there is always an army of Sherpa who are there to make sure the expedition is successful, who have always sacrificed themselves, their lives, given so much to make sure that the world over knows the name Mount Everest. So I congratulate from the bottom of my heart the climbers who are recognized today and all of those who have played such a deep role in making today possible, but also making the history of the summiting of Mount Everest known too. And I know that we think today about the recognition of Mount Everest Day in Albany with Assemblymember Jenifer Rajkumar and her work to make this possible. And I also hope that together we will work together. And I've spoken with Somnath Bhai about this too, the president of the GPK Foundation, who's here as well. Give him a big round of applause. Who I'm most grateful to. We have spoken together about finding a moment when it comes to Mount Everest Day to also celebrate in City Hall right here in New York City as well. Let's take a big round of applause. We will make sure that that happens and that together we celebrate and recognize the Nepali community and all of the contributions of our Nepali community to the history of Mount Everest and this city in City Hall itself. I'm excited to do that, and I look forward to it. Thank you all so much for a wonderful celebration today. Thank you all very much, and namaste.
I would like to call Dr. Anthony Andrew Jr. up on the stage to give some regards and gratitude, who is the Democratic leader of Queens. Let's welcome him.
I'm going to bring remarks today, not just as a Democratic district leader, but from the Democratic organization, and Congressman Gregory Meeks, who is probably one of the closest people in this world to me, and most people know him as my brother. But I also want to say that I'm so honored to be here because I have a lot of brothers and sisters in this room, starting with my brother Somnath, who is fantastic, has been incredible in promoting the Nepalese culture. The GPK Foundation has been so incredibly supportive to a number of us in political positions, but they're integral to this community, to the Jackson Heights community. They play such an important role in that community in making sure that they promote the area, the community, and not just the Nepalese culture. But I'm honored to be here, to be able to, along with my good friend, Assemblymember Jenifer Rajkumar, to talk about the work that has been done over the years with the climbers. You know, I talk to Somnath all the time about, and some of the brothers and sisters with GPK, about going to Nepal because I have a mentee. And Somnath has met my mentee. And she talked to me about the beautiful country she comes from. She attends the college where I'm a professor and where I'm also an administrator, York College, which is located in Jamaica. And as I've talked to her over the years about this beautiful country, I've wondered, wow, what would it be like to be in the mountains? What would it be like to be guided by Sherpa guides to go to the Himalayas or to go to Mount Everest? Of course, I don't want to go more than 1,000 feet because I'm scared of heights. But I would love to just see the beauty of the mountain, and I'd love to be able to be guided in this country. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to doing it one day soon. This is a tremendous, tremendous day because along with this resolution, as everyone has talked about, there's an opportunity for this to be celebrated in New York City, not just New York State, in a way that has never happened before. And when that happens, that means the entire city and the state of New York will understand the courage and bravery of the climbers who have climbed that mountain and guided people on that mountain. And they will know the courage of those Sherpas has come from their culture, the Nepalese people, and how strong and brave they are. Indeed, this is a great day, and I'm honored to be here with all of you to celebrate this day. And I'm looking forward to the day when Mount Everest Day becomes a holiday in New York State, a holiday that we can all celebrate and recognize as people throughout the world recognize the bravery of the people in Nepal and those people who have had the courage and had the skill to climb this incredible mountain and achieve this incredible feat. Thank you so much for having me today. Again, I'm honored to be here with my brothers and sisters. I'm honored to be here on this day in particular, and I want to commend my friend, the Assembly member, Jenifer Rajkumar, for the work that she continues to do, not just in the community, but for all the cultures of New York State. Thank you so much.
All right, let's give a big round of applause to our MC, Miss Garima Gyawali. Do you know who she is? She is the winner of Miss North America Nepal in the United States. She is the winner of Miss North America Nepal. She was crowned on August 7th. Again, finally, let's give her a big round of applause, who ran this program very successfully. Thanks again for your support. And I'm talking on behalf of the U.S. Nepal Climbers Association.